Yoku.
Amazing. Okay.
I can't be contained in such a little square. I need more space. I have to get up and
No.
Okay. We're
So
waiting.
we're
We're live. We're waiting to see whether or not we come up.
Just keep doing the Viking dance.
Just keep doing these. It still says starting soon, so we'll just keep doing these.
It's like a 40-second delay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna...
Oh, okay.
But we can just dance until then.
Yeah.
Yoku can just look distastefully into the
Oh.
I just try to refresh.
is.
I'm refreshing, alright? Maybe that's gonna...
Yeah.
Standing by.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
This is... Yep.
Oh no!
Hasn't
I'm wearing
started
the
yet.
wrong... Yes! Keep doing the Viking dance.
Just keep doing these.
Don't get too
It still
excited
says
there.
starting soon, so... Okay, cool.
It's like a 40-second...
Cool, we did it. Are you okay? Don't die.
Give me a kiss. Yay, I see us. We did it! Yes, I made it. That's just, I'm sure that'll one of many coughing fits during this. I'm gonna get too excited. Hello, everybody, and welcome to MangaPod Book Club. We are a weekly podcast in which we all get together after we see. I saw a squirrel and I got distracted. There was a squirrel outside. I got really confused.
Erin's a little sick.
And she's probably on medication or something as well.
I am on. Yeah, I've got that cold medicine flowing through my veins.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Necessary.
We are weekly. I am so sorry. We are a weekly podcast in which we all get together to reread all or part of a manga and then we discuss it with friendship, love, and lots of spoilers. I am Erin of HappiLeeErin, your host, and with me are two of my three lovely co-hosts because one of them was unable to make it, sadly.
Boo.
But if the other two, yeah, boo, 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 boo. Oh, everybody in the comments is already talking about how the frame rate is really great. That's because of Brooke's hosting.
Yeah, more than 5 frames a second. What?
That's an upgrade right there.
That's like the first time. So that's a first for the year. That's
I know.
Great.
It's been a while, right?
It has been. I'm really
Took,
happy that
four
it's great.
months to get past 5 frames.
I know. God.
Hey, listen. When you're going at 5 frames per second, you're not going very fast. You need some time, okay?
It's true.
To get there.
It's true.
So there you go. Hey, I'm Erin.
Hey, I'm Dodger.
Hey, your problem. I was like, yeah. If he was here, but he's not, he's skipping.
I know.
What is he doing? Is he like, he's probably out
He
like,
wasn't feeling very good.
partying, like drinking, like go
He's out getting crunk.
Yeah, he's getting real crunk.
without the
feeling good.
HappiLeePod.
He got inspired by the Vikings, so he's run out and doing Viking things.
Yeah.
He's trying to do
So on our show today, he is being represented by a character. We're not going to say who, but if you read Vinland Saga, you'll find out who he is,
Yeah, you will.
and then you'll understand why we made Daza this character. Because we have a running theme.
That's a spoiler on its own. Right?
This is the first time. No, it's not. You don't know that.
If you know Daz's running theme, you know, you know what.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I figured it out. I get it now.
Guys, my farts have been so bad. Like, every time I fart, I'm like, oh no, oh no. It's the sort of fart that offends you. You know, normally you can handle your own fart. It's just, man, they've been bad. I think it's the Cheetos. Welcome to MangaPod.
What kind of Cheetos? Were they the flamin'?
No, they were just like the normal Cheetos. Sam was at the grocery store and was like, whoa, 3 bags of Cheetos for $2. Gotta get on that. And just brought home like
did I leave the
so many
oven
Cheetos.
on again? No, can you turn the stove off for me? Did I break it? I'm sorry. Did I set the house on fire? Okay. I left the stove on again. That's like the second time in a week. It's really bad. The first time I was just cooking water, but this time I was cooking a spatula and those melt. I need help. I don't know.
Oh no, Erin. Where were we in the intro of this show?
I think we just got past us saying
Before
hi.
farts happened. Okay.
I think,
good.
before farts and then House Fires.
Yeah,
started.
both of those.
MangaPod.
Oh,
this is your first time joining us for MangaPod. Yeah?
No, keep going.
What's up, B?
One of us is gonna have to read the Vinland Saga description, and I want to do it.
Oh, you're right. You're right. We didn't even go there. Okay, I'll keep going. If you've never joined us for a MangaPod before, what we like to do... what we like...
Oh, no.
What's going on?
What's happening?
On the stream, I saw, like, Dodger accidentally pull, like, Logitech something up onto her face.
It pops up on its own. It's so obnoxious. Wait a minute. I'm just going to pull it up.
I'm sorry.
Drag it over here.
It made me giggle. It made me giggle and get distracted. If you've never joined us for MangaPod before, what we like to do is give you a super short, spoiler-free description, aka a summary, and then we'll give you our spoiler-free recommendations, whether we think you should go spend time reading this manga or not. So that way, if you do not want to be spoiled, you can go take your leave, read the manga, and then come back and watch the VOD of this on my channel. If you do not care about spoilers, feel free to stay, but do not say that we did not warn you and stuff like that. Also, in terms of spoilers, we are very harsh on people who post spoilers in the chat. Please try and keep any sort of conversation about the manga to what we read. If you mention... If you do any other spoilers after that, we will be very, very upset, and you can only get banned on here. We can't like time you out and stuff. You can just get banned, which would be really sad. You won't be able to comment ever again. It's not what you want. And so do not post any sorts of spoilers in the comments.
Yeah, we don't tolerate anything. One mistake and you're gone forever. Like, you're never coming back.
One mistake and you're gone. Not because we don't love you, it's just that that's how YouTube works. So don't say we didn't warn you. And people who spoil are rotten bacon butts.
True.
That was like almost the smoothest I've ever done that. I should get on cold medicine more often for manga. That was like the smoothest. Oh no, guys, there you are. Okay.
Right when you were like, that's almost the smoothest this has ever been for MangaPod, it started slowing down your speech. And I was like,
get on medicine.
Fun fact, by the way, when you look up Vinland Saga summary, there's difficulty there. You have to specify Vinland Saga manga, which I didn't think about at the time, but then made sense because the Vinland Sagas are actual, like, documents. Like, real historical documents.
Oh my god, you should have just gone with it. You should have just gone with it and, like, started reading the Vinland Saga, like, historical document and just kept going. It would have been amazing.
Okay, I have the actual brief summary of the series, though. Are you ready?
No, that's what you should do. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, do I have glasses?
Yeah, wear your glasses. Don't do the fake glasses.
I'm not going to.
Glasses.
Busted my arm last time.
Do you have sunglasses?
I have these.
There you go. Perfect. Is that a headband?
Yep.
That's perfect.
I mean, it's my mechanical visor.
It looks like you're from Star Trek.
LaForge.
Geordie LaForge.
Yeah.
Okay. As a child, Thorfinn sat at the feet of the great Leif Erikson and thrilled to wild tales of a land far to the west. But his youthful fantasies were shattered by a mercenary raid. Raised by the Vikings who murdered his family, Thorfinn became a terrifying warrior, forever seeking to kill the band's leader Askeladd and avenge his father. Sustaining Thorfinn through his ordeal are his pride in his family and his dreams of a fertile westward land, a land without war or slavery, the land Leif called Vinland.
Beautiful!
And
clap, 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 clap.
round of applause!
Round of applause! Yeah!
Yay!
Awesome. So now for our spoiler-free recommendations. Dodger, would you like to go first? Because I hear that this manga holds a special place in your heart.
So I absolutely recommend Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is my favorite manga in the whole world. I love it so much. I wish it came out more often than it, and that he took less breaks. But that's okay, because it's beautiful, it's wonderful, and it's so hard to stop reading it because it just sucks you in. The art is incredible. Then I think that it would appeal to most readers. There's something there for pretty much everybody. But it is not for children. Not as violent as Berserk, but still not for kids. but so good.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
I also 100% recommend it. A few years ago, Dodger told me to read it, and then I caught all the way up like immediately. There is something in the story that just grips you, in the storytelling, the like interweaving of all the story, the lines, and like the political side of war and the warriors. Like everything is just very intelligently laid out, and it's very fun to read too. It's a nice balance of intelligence and enjoyment fun that happens. And like she said, art is absolutely gorgeous from the beginning. Like it's not something that you're watching the art grow. Like from the start, it is absolutely gorgeous and spot on, and also very fitting for the material, I think. So I 100% recommend it, because it, especially if you liked story like Berserk, if you liked Berserk, I think you will also highly enjoy Vinland Saga. There's they're not the same.
More of intelligence. It's intelligent.
Yeah, it's not the same, but there is definitely a similar atmosphere to both of them that is very well done. So, especially this first arc, I highly recommend going and reading it.
So, I guess I was the only one here that did not read it beforehand.
Mm-hmm. You are. Yes,
I've heard. I think it's like the first time I talked to Dodger. Like I think. So like I've been hearing about it for a while, and I've heard about it before as well, but never really cared to read it. But the only real thing that really intrigued me before was that it's about Vikings, and it's about freaking Vikings. I've never really seen or read any anime or manga that's about Vikings, so that should be already enough. Because it's something unique. It's not something you see usually.
Yeah.
And it has a very intelligent story going on as well. There's not much. I guess there's comedy and all that stuff, of course. But I mean, it's a tone. It's like I feel like I'm actually reading like a full-fledged story instead of something like with these like gags and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to read something more intelligent, that looks amazing. I as well agree with the art, the faces. I love shadowing. The shadowing was really good. So it'll grip you. It'll definitely grip you. And chapter 28, that was a hard one to stop at. But
oh my god. I was complaining. I was complaining to Erin so hard. I was like, I can't believe we stopped here. We should have just finished this arc. But it would have taken so many more chapters to finish this arc.
Yeah. It's just like I got up to chapter 50 and I still hadn't finished the arc, but I could not stop reading. I said this on Twitter, and I was telling Dodger that like I have read this 2 or 3 times, this arc, and I could not stop. I was like, I can't stop. It's so gripping. I just want to keep going. Yeah, 28 was. We just kept going.
4 volumes.
I lament.
Yeah, man.
I lament.
Some of those chapters were like really long, and some of them were really short. It's so weird.
Yeah, it fluctuates between like 30 something and like 100. Like the first chapter was around 100
There's
pages.
even a chapter. I think chapter like
27 was
12
is
like 12
pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember when there's a point where he went on like his big hiatus because he got sick. And like started writing smaller and smaller chapters, and then just stopped for a few months, and I was like losing my mind because I loved it so much.
How long are his hiatuses?
Like,
what's the
I doubt
longest?
It's Berserk level hiatus.
Because it
I don't
sucks.
think it's that bad.
It sucks like getting into a manga series like this and knowing that you're gonna catch up, and then it's gonna like there's gonna be just
not only that it only comes out once a month, but that there's a possibility it won't come out for months.
Yeah.
So you guys want to complain about hiatus? You should try being fans of DN Angel. That lady, that mangaka, cannot finish a manga to save her life. I'm just like, I just want to finish it.
Clamp's really bad about that too. Clamp
by the
always,
time
like,
a new
starts
Berserk
manga and
comes
is
out,
like,
you forget everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Berserk. Hunter x Hunter has been on hiatus too, right?
For like 2 years.
Yeah. It's been a while.
DN Angel was on hiatus for 2.5 years before she did like 1 chapter and then put it on hiatus again.
Damn it.
Good effort. It's like I did my job.
Yeah.
And then she started another series, and I was like, come on.
All right. We're
But
going to
anyway,
go into the spoiler section so that we can actually discuss the manga. You have 5 seconds to get out of here if you don't want to be spoiled. If you stick around, it's going to happen. Go, Erin.
Yeah, and if you don't fall, you don't have yourself to blame.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Thorfinn is God.
Thorfinn is God.
Just get that out of there. For you, Daza. For you.
I was trying to imagine how we would make that t-shirt if we wanted to make like a blank is God. Would it literally just be like blank is God? Would that be
like actually say blank?
Yeah, it says blank. People would be like, what is that shirt?
What's blank? What's blank?
I don't understand.
What reference is this?
Blank. Blank.
How was that funny?
Wait, no.
Is that a political
know.
statement? What's going on?
We get it, okay?
It's like, it could be anything, really.
Everybody else thinks it's just like this weird, like, religious statement. We're like, no, it's just about manga, guys.
We start a new religious movement about blank.
Mm-hmm.
Blank becomes Tumblr's God. Just keeps happening. Vinland Saga!
Vinland Saga! So good.
Let's start. How about this? Yoku, I'm putting you on the spot. I'm calling you out. You're kind of already touched on this, but expectations for before you read it. Were you expecting to like it, or what were your expectations?
Well, yeah,
you already talked about it.
I was not, like, expecting not to like it. I wasn't just like, oh, this is gonna probably suck. Like, these guys are hyping it up. Blah, blah. Like, I kind of did like, in a way, hype myself up because of how much praise I've heard about it. You're not the only ones I've heard praise it. It's just one of those series I just kind of kept putting aside because of that for a reason. Because I don't like being too hyped into a series that I know is really popular. Because I'm gonna go in there and be like, oh, this is actually not that good. And it wasn't. I guess it didn't meet my expectations, but I mean, I had really high expectations for it. So really, it's definitely above average, and it's very enjoyable, very well put together. I really love one of my favorite things is that the time, like there's like time skips and like it goes back and forth. I really like that. That could be like a downfall of a manga series, but like he did it really well. That there was not even one point where I was confused. What the fuck? Like what part of the time where I'm reading, is this a flashback or not? Like sometimes when mangakas do that, you can just get lost and you're like, what's going on? Kind of happened in Attack on Titan a couple times.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a good series. It's about Vikings, and Vikings are freaking badass.
Yeah.
They just like go in there.
Being badass.
And at the same time, it's like this is badass, but like this dude just like killed everybody. Like damn it, man! Like he just killed a whole town, like a whole village. Like he's.
Yeah.
It did not try and make. That's something that I love. It didn't try and paint the main characters as good people. It didn't try to
he's
show.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. But like, what I love is that you're still. I don't know, the way that he did it didn't make hate them either. Like you accepted it, and like we're still enjoying watching them. But like until it happened, I don't know if you can hear the dogs, but apparently something's happening out there. But like. It wasn't something like you hated them for what they were doing. You just accepted when you were watching it. You were like, God, those are horrible, but you still loved the characters.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I
just
agree. I don't like. I can't say like I hate them, but it's like I feel really weird seeing them because like there could be that moment where he's just like kill the whole village, and then like a few moments later he's like goofing off, and you're just like sitting there like, holy shit, this guy is horrible. Like
Askeladd? Is that what you're talking about?
Askeladd?
Yeah, Askeladd.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a horrible person.
Cool
he's the worst. But I do like that even in what we read, they kind of try to put you in the mindset of the Vikings are coming from a belief system of battle is everything. Like the more battles you fight, the stronger foes you face, the better your afterlife will be. So, like, there's nothing disgusting about killing or about fighting, But then, like, they're juxtaposed by the Christians.
Though. It's really hard to comprehend.
Yeah, no, it's definitely hard to comprehend it. But it's, like, really enjoyable to see that in a manga because always there's that, like...
What?
Oh, no, Erin's frozen.
But, like, with this, it's just such a different mindset. And, like...
Oh, she's frozen again.
She's mute.
I'm not frozen for myself.
Okay, you're back. Start over. Start that whole thing over.
Start that whole point from the beginning.
I was just saying that now puke. That it's really for me, I loved getting to see that kind of different look, like a different set of people, because it's so typical. Like it gets very tiring, the same kind of stories in manga and anime, just in media in general, get told over and over. But with the Vikings, it's such a different mindset of like their entire society, like the way they thought, that I love that the mangaka is like fully utilizing that and accepting it and not trying to paint it differently. He's just like, yeah, this is the shit that they did.
That is really awesome.
So,
it's just us, we're not that used to it. We're not used to like always seeing Vikings.
Yeah, so
I mean, like we see some cruel stuff in
I
some
see
other
Vikings
manga.
all the time.
Like, hey, Viking, that was
one that
hey,
lives
Vikings,
next
neighbor.
door. There's a Viking. Here's a Viking.
Everywhere
Vikings.
I don't know why. Why not? Like the whole Viking just like point in time. Like they're making all these like stupid like Edo anime with like mechs now. There's like mech Edo period. There's like that's a popular thing now. There's like multiple series like that in the past like half a year. But why not like go back and do some kind of story like this? There's just so much potential, and the mangaka pretty much grabbed it, and he's the only one. You can do so much with it. That's another reason why I couldn't stop reading it. I want to continue reading this, because I don't know what to expect, because there's just so much you could do. It's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think that this is spoiling anything, but everything we read and up until the end of this arc is literally just setting the stage for the actual story.
Oh, I can imagine that.
Yeah, which is just like blew my mind when I was reading it the first time. I was like, oh my god, this wasn't even like the stuff. Like this was just the starting stuff.
I would be disappointed if the story was about what's his name? Thorfinn.
Yeah, Thorfinn.
Askeladd.
If that was about his revenge the whole time, I'll get bored.
Yeah.
Like it might have been good if it continued at this pace, but it's like that would just get real annoying. So actually, I probably would have got even more annoying if they didn't throw in that whole flashback with his father and stuff, and like what actually happened. Yeah. I'm glad they threw that in early, because if they didn't, if that was like 10 chapters later, that would have been a pain to read through. So
they catch you up real quick, which is nice.
Yeah.
Plus Thors is awesome. He's like the best character.
Oh my god, Thors! This isn't a confession. I don't know why I said that. I just need to start talking. So for the first time, I did 12 days of anime. Thor's death is one of my 12 days of my anime, because it was like, for me, it was such a well-written death for me, because it's one of those, you know that he's going to die. You know before the flashback that Askeladd killed him. So you know that's going to happen, but still getting invested into that character so quickly, and then seeing how he died. Like, there were moments where I was like, I actually thought, I was like, was that a useless death? Because, like, it happened so simply, so easily. Like, there was the fight, and then, like, he didn't die in the fight. He died to save his son, and that was, like, his dedication to the warrior's way. And that just really, it was
Uh-oh. She's out again. It
was really good. I think that's what you want to say.
Oh. Oops.
She's gone. You just saw a disappointed look, and then she disappeared.
Erin, come back! Erin, no!
Oh. Yeah,
Guy. Hey, you guys disappeared. What are you doing?
Yeah, that was all us.
Oh, our bad.
We were like, oh no, she's frozen. Oh no.
I don't know if you guys heard, but all I heard was you guys go, oh, and then I started yelling about how I was being smart and was really upset, and then I dropped the call. I was like, I'm being smart! Why?
I can't remember.
I don't know how much you guys heard, but...
We didn't hear much.
Great.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Whatever smart point you made, I don't think it got through.
Oh, no, she was talking about the death and like how pointless it was or something.
Yeah.
If it was pointless or not pointless.
Oh, okay. I was talking about how, like, the way it was written, is that the way he died wasn't in the actual fight, like you would necessarily expect for a Viking to die, but he was still incredibly respected in his death because he followed through of his warrior's way all the way to the end. Like, he could have gotten out of that. Like, he didn't have to die there. He could have
killed everybody.
Could have killed everybody, but because of who he was and his belief and what the belief that he had found and the way of being a warrior, he prided on his pride. Like, he went through with that to save his son and to show his son the way he thought how to live. And then it's interesting how Thorfinn, despite seeing that, he was so young that it scarred him in a completely different way than I think his dad. Like, it was just very, I don't know, his death was one of my favorite deaths of all time, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But, like, I mean, Thorfinn did get the point, like, when we had that flash to his dream, where his dad's like, revenge, do you think that this is really what I would want? Like, he knows that, but he's in too deep, you know? Like, he just can't get out of it now, even after, like, that initial rage of just, like, I'm gonna kill this guy, kill my daddy. Even now that has quelled a little bit, it's also everything he has to live for, you know? So it's like he can't walk away, which is sad.
Yeah, so it becomes a revenge story, and, like, where does revenge... It's like, it's a typical revenge story, but it's very refreshing at the same time. But yeah, I have no
idea where to expect, like, the story to go after this, though. It's like it has been the revenge story.
Let's read more. Let's read more. Let's read more.
I
love it so much.
And, like, just with being a revenge story, like, really, it's kind of like it could go any way, really. But obviously, I think it's the whole point is him trying to get to Vinland Saga or Vinland, just Vinland.
The land of farms and no slavery, where everybody is happy, etc., etc.
It still ended with the flashback, right? That's all flashback still.
We're still in, like, his childhood.
Yeah, like, that's still part of the flashback. It's not where, like...
No, it caught up to the very beginning, though, right?
Yeah. It didn't catch up to the beginning. Did it?
Yeah. Yeah, because we're
past the beginning.
Age. Yeah, we're past that because it showed his age there, and then it jumped ahead to when he was, like, 17. He was, like, 13 or 14 at the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, he might have been, like, the same age then. Yeah, so it caught up.
I don't know. I was a little bit confused because of all the dates. The dates, you know.
Yeah.
They showed the dates, and I should have compared it.
Oh yeah, we're at, like, present day in the.
That's the present. All right.
Yeah. He's 17. Prince Canute is 17. Precious Prince Canute.
Oh, Canute.
That's a girl.
Dude, yeah. I love that everybody calls him princess, and he's just like.
One of my favorite moments is when Canute starts yelling at Thorfinn when they're in the carriage, and he's like, "Oh my God, Charlie horse! Ow, sorry."
Aaron, you're broke.
This is not your day.
I know. Aaron.
Did she really freeze? Like.
Yeah.
Am I here?
Oh,
no!
There you are. Hi.
Oh my God, that's
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's still, like, there. It's like, okay, it's going away. We're good. In the carriage, when he starts yelling at Thorfinn, and Canute's handler, like, pseudo father is just, should I celebrate this event?
Like,
because he's talking to somebody.
He's talking to somebody. That's good, but is this a good situation? I don't know. I remember the first time that I read the manga, I was like, I want them to be best friends forever. Like, that moment, I was like, oh my God, odd couple, Viking style. I want BFFL. I was so excited.
BFFL.
Because Thorfinn's like so hardened and messed up by that point. Freaking Prince Canute is just like, everything is so aggressive. Just like, oh my god, you're worthless.
So pretty.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love how Askeladd's face whenever he tries to get Canute to do something, and then he doesn't. Askeladd's just like, God damn it, you're so worthless. I love Askeladd's deadpan. His deadpan face. So good.
The face.
I'll never remember that name. That's a really hard name. Askeladd?
Yeah.
Like Escalade?
Like Escalade.
Escalade.
Yeah, there you go. Now you remember.
I will forever remember that. Escalade.
You guys remember when Escalade did that thing?
Yeah, remember the Escalade?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Escalade killed that one dude. Daz is gonna be like, who's Escalade?
Is it Escalade?
But yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, he's in a tight spot though. Did we get to the part? Did we get to? I don't think we got to. I don't think we got to that part. I want to keep it in. I don't want to. No, we didn't get to that part. Okay.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't say it then.
Damn, that was a close one.
You almost froze.
Wait.
You started skipping.
A skippy skip.
Yeah, your voice was skipping.
Just want to be a scatter. Just want to skippy skip. Let's talk about Askeladd.
Yeah.
What are you guys' feelings on him? Askeladd.
Escalade.
Askeladd. What are you guys' thoughts on him? When he actually, let's do this. What were your thoughts on him when he was first introduced versus how you feel about him up to what we've read so far? How has your feelings progressed, or have they progressed at all?
Well, he's like, I mean, he's the devilish rogue character. Like, he's supposed to be that character who's like, he's bad, but people like him, you know, he's just like, that guy. But, like, the longer that you read and the more awful stuff that he does, you're like, I still find you amusing, but this guy, you know? Like, I can't say that I dislike him. It would be really hard for me to say that I don't like him, especially as a character. I love him as a
awesome
character.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, he just does so many awful things. And at the same time, he's very smart. You know? Like, he's in it for himself, and he always gets what he wants. It's just like, God, you're so frustrating, but also great.
So manipulative.
Mm-hmm.
He's very manipulative, but he also has a sense of respect, like he did towards Thors, not Thor.
Thors.
Thors. Like he's incredibly manipulative. Very smart. Though also strong warrior.
Yeah.
Too.
What about you, Yoku?
Yoku?
You hate him? Think he's the worst?
I love, he's one of those characters you love to hate.
Yeah,
hate. I really love hating this guy. This guy's pretty hateful. He does a lot of shitty things.
He's pretty hateful.
He does a lot of shitty things, but he's probably the most interesting living character. I mean, I like Thors more, but Escalade.
I love Thors.
He's pretty cool too. I'm still kind of thinking about what.
No, that was just really Escalade.
But Escalade.
No,
He's got some horsepower.
I was kind of still thinking about the whole Thors. Was that death wasted? Because at this point, I don't really care for his son too much yet. Like, it's cool, like, kind of finding out a little bit about him and seeing his backstory. But really, like, I'm more interested in the father, and I wish I could see more of that. And like, I wish I could see a flashback within the flashback.
Yeah.
Like, of his days.
I liked the difference between the flashback of when his daughter was born, and he was just like a dick, just like, I don't know, you gave me a girl, so I'm gonna leave.
Like fucking holding her.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what to do with this. It's loud. Take it away. And then like we see the Thors that was so loving and such a sweet dad, and you're like, what happened in the middle there?
I want to see the battle where he ran away, because he ran away during battle. I want to see like what made him really completely change his mind. What made him make that decision. So that's Escalade's cool, but I don't think he has like he's hooked me as a character, but he hasn't like hit the spot yet. I don't know.
It's not somebody that you would like if we were talking about, hey, who's one of your favorite manga characters of all
Yeah,
time?
he hasn't hit the
Askeladd
spot.
is not one that you would like jump to.
I mean, Thors, I wouldn't say he's one of my favorite manga, but I mean, it's like he's the memorable character. Like if you would ask me about Vinland Saga from what I've read, and some of the most memorable moments, it would be like a couple of moments with the kid. Like I'm never gonna let's think of a way.
Thorfinn. You can remember all the Japanese names, but you throw in like two like names and you're just
Thorkel and Askeladd and Thorfinn.
Thorfinn, I don't know. Thorfinn is a hard.
Bjorn.
But Thorfinn, yeah, Bjorn. I used to have a teacher, a science teacher named Bjorn, so I can remember that one.
Good.
Mr. Bjorn. But yeah, I remember a couple of like those gory moments, and then the main thing that I remember is Thors. He was like kind of like the core of this part that we read. Mm-hmm. But the build-up, there's a build-up though for the rest of the characters. Yeah. So it's all good. Just gotta read more.
Yeah.
They kind of had to like, because this was like a flashback, they had to like get you to love his character very quickly, and he did a very good job at it too. I think. The part going back to his death, one of my favorite, this is kind of touching on art too, but this was one of the things that just hit home with the art was the full page of him standing with all of the arrows in him and Thorfinn on his knees just crying. That entire page just hit me so hard. I thought it was so beautiful, like morbid, but, like beautiful, just the way it was done.
The idea of somebody dying standing up, like how sad that is.
That reminded me of
with
One
his
Piece.
son like crying. Like, how heartbreaking!
All One Piece fans that are in the chat, you guys know One Piece. I'm just gonna say One Piece. That was such a One Piece moment. I'm like,
One Piece.
I could see like.
Don't be rotten bacon butts, everybody in the chat. Don't actually talk about what that means.
No rotten bacon butts.
I mean, like that was an inspiring moment. I think each Oda actually was inspired by that moment to that into his story. So that's a good moment. That's definitely one of the memorable ones.
I think it's so interesting that you don't like Thorfinn, because the first time that I read it,
it's not that I don't like him. It's just that it just hasn't like hooked me yet as a character completely. He's still like progressing. He's still developing. You can totally tell that, but it's a little too early.
Yeah, I don't know why, but when I originally read Vinland Saga, I loved Thorfinn so much. Like, he was just such a perfectly tragic character, just like being so powerful and so good at what he's doing, and at the same time just like never happy. And I was like, I just want you to be happy so bad.
Oh, and his art design is so good.
Oh my god, his face. Oh, and the difference between his face before and his face after, and then being like, the eyes on that kid are crazy. It was like, because you killed his
hair,
dad.
like the shaggy hair and stuff.
Yeah. How he changes. Yeah, he's just so broken. And you think about his age, too. Like, I agree with you, Brooke. I was the same way from the beginning. He was just so, like, he's able to do all of this shit, and he's so awesome and so badass, but then you're like, he's such a broken person. Like, everything that's happened
to him. Like, what's the point if you can't be happy?
Yeah. And he, like, even seems to acknowledge that, like, literally the only reason he seems to be alive is because of the drive to kill this one person. But even that seems to be kind of like he's getting apathetic to it at times, where he's like, I'm just here to kill that guy at times.
Yeah, so like when he, right after he had his first fight with Thorkel, and he had, like, the dislocated shoulder and the sprained ankle and everything. And Askeladd was like, well, if you can't walk, we're going to just leave you. And he was like, fine. And, like, popped his arm back in and just hobbled. But when, like, right after he had joined the ranks, being like, these people are crazy. I don't know why they keep fighting like this. Like, he doesn't enjoy it. He doesn't like being there or doing any of this. He just has to. And I think that that's really sad too. Like, there's so many Vikings that he's surrounded by that love the battle and love killing and love just every element of it, and he doesn't like any of it. It's just like his life. Yeah.
He's not passionate about anything because he's been so focused. Like, he just, when his dad died, he lost a big part of I think who he could have been, the future that he could have had, and like now he's just this is all he knows, and as he's growing and his mind is like his brain is like his mind is growing, he just doesn't know what to do with himself.
Yeah,
and it's a very tragic. Very tragic.
Well, he's been after revenge ever since he was a kid until like just like becoming an adult. That's like growing up in that as well.
Yeah, he was what, like 6 or 7?
He was 6 or 7 when his dad died.
He spent like 10 years in this world of just like trying to survive amongst people who don't care about him. Like, it's
and doing the
so sad,
shittiest
so
toughest
sad
jobs as well. Because Escalade makes him do some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, the one part that really struck me, where I think the part where you finally see him completely resign himself to what he's doing, is when he is like
in the barn
10 and he's running through the forest and he comes upon the farmhouse with the old lady, and the part where he sees her crying. Wait, what? Oh, the part. Can you guys hear me?
Oh my gosh, there's a huge delay. Go for it.
Okay.
Just do
it. The part where he tells her to run and then she doesn't, and he sees her and you can see him gripping to that last part of hope where he's like, I told you, I wanted to save you, like let me like help somebody. And then when he sees like just her crying, he realizes what he's become and he just resigns himself and just gives up. I think gives up on like trying to be any sort of a good person at that moment. And I think
there was also that moment within the barn.
Yeah, that's the moment I thought you were going to say, when he's just in the barn and then they drag that girl in and they're like, you want to join? And he's like,
that too.
And just leaves. Like,
he was just
he doesn't do anything to
of
stop
it.
He just
kind of looking at her, but then
that's after, like, I think the part with when he is the spy, like, I think that's when you see him, his dad dying is like the catalyst, and then that part is just where you finally see him just break, like any sort of childhood innocence or anything he possibly had, like he's just given up on it. I think is that.
Yeah. And then he starts his BFFL life with Canute. Yay!
OTP.
OTP. OTP.
OTP. Yoku, you know you ship it.
Thorfinn, did you bring fleas into the castle again? Wah wah.
Let's go take a bath. I'll clean you up again.
Well, when that grandma was washing out his hair, he looked like a sad puppy.
Oh, I know, but his hair looks so pretty. We'll never see his hair look like that again.
Never.
It's just like so messed up. He's just like, whatever.
Let's see. Who have we not talked about? Oh, let's talk about Thorkel.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Thorkel at all.
Thorkel Snorkel.
He's the best.
He's so great. He just doesn't he just wants to fight. He's a true Viking. He's like the huge symbol of a Viking right there. Like he symbolizes all of the Viking ways. Like he doesn't care. He just wants to fight. He just wants to be fighting. He lives for it. He doesn't care if he's necessarily on the winning side or like he doesn't have any loyalty really. Just wants to fucking kill people.
And I also think like when you compare Thorkel to Askeladd, like Askeladd always has an ulterior motive. Like he's always plotting something, whereas Thorkel is just like, whatever, we fighting? Like I love that. Like they both do equally awful, horrific things, but because Thorkel is just so like, whatever, at least I'm honest about everything. Like let's fight. Let's just like snap you in half. I respect him more as a character. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I'm like, you're terrible, but you own it. So, you know.
This is like,
yeah, and they're both like, it's similar, and they're both just out for themselves. But Thorkel's like, I don't give a shit about nobody else. Let me chop.
I love his personality. His personality is awesome.
Yeah.
It's like he's just a chill guy, just going through life. And he's like, oh, I want to kill somebody just for fun sometimes. You know, it's like,
yeah.
You know,
it's like,
just whatever. Like when Thorfinn like takes off his 2 fingers and he's like, oh, dude, you took out my fingers. I was like, what? Doesn't that hurt? Like, come on.
He's a fucking warrior.
I know, he doesn't care. He doesn't give no shits. I think the crotch of my pants just ripped. Go on.
Wait, what? Your crotch just ripped?
I put my legs into like crisscross applesauce, and then I heard a little rip sound, and now I think the crash of my pants ripped, and that makes me really sad because I love these pants.
Crisscross applesauce. I haven't heard that since like second grade.
Listen, she was drawing us the picture, okay? She was setting the scene.
Yeah, I was trying.
That's
anyway.
like the second pair of pants you've ripped. Like,
right? At least the other ones weren't mine, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
The other ones were like 2 pieces of fabric slapped together for that shoot, and then I put them on, and I was like, these are too tight. And the second I tried to do anything, it was like, bleh, just ripped in half. Anyway, Vinland Saga. Vikings, am I right?
I really like
Vinland Saga.
That there's many different fighting styles for this, because they're not just like going like, I guess their crew, like the lower guys, they're just like taking their swords and just running, and they're like barbarians, you know. But comparing the bigger Vikings, like Thorkill. Yeah, I got it right.
Yeah.
Like Thorkill.
Yeah, Thorkill, Thor.
Finn.
Thors.
Thors.
This is hard. Yeah, Thors, Askeladd. All of them have different fighting styles. My favorite is Thors.
Oh yeah.
He fights with his hands. Damn, that was so cool. How that dude's like going at him with the sword. I mean, Askeladd was going at him with the sword. Yeah, not just that.
Yeah,
dude.
he was like snap.
And he just like, boom, like underneath like his hand, and he drops his sword. Like that's so awesome.
It was so good.
I love Thorfinn. I love Thorfinn's fighting style. I'm a sucker for sword daggers.
That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing about him. Actually,
Thorfinn's fighting. I like just the way he's so aggressive, but so like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the word. There's a word that I have. Graceful with it at times, like just the way he like splits. He's fast, but like, yeah, I just love watching. If he ever gets animated, I would love watching.
Oh my god, if they ever did if there was ever a Vinland Saga anime, I would lose my mind.
Oh my god, I want it.
That would be great.
I love how this goes to the art again. Talking about art, Thorfinn, like the fights, I love how the fights are drawn because you're able to easily picture it in your mind how everything is moving. Like some manga during fight, you're like, okay, so this is what's going on. Like it's very jumbled together. You can't quite piece it together as like fluidly. Whereas with this, it's so fluid, like from panel to panel, like everything is just so detailed and gorgeous. And I just like, so much detail goes into it, and you can just tell that there was a lot of thought put into it as well. And I just love reading it, like just staring at the fight scenes. I think they're so good.
The 2-page spreads are awesome as well. There was probably like 5 of them throughout the thing, throughout what we read, and it was each one. I just kind of looked at it. I was just like, awesome.
It's so good. Yeah.
Seriously, the shading, like usually, like the shading of the faces, like it's done so well. Like not even just the shading of, like shading in general. Like going back again to Thor's death scene and how Thorfinn. I was gonna almost saying fish. Thorfish.
Thorfish.
Fishes
Thorfinn.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's why. Thorfinn, like when he was in his lap, and like the shading, like on the dad, like, he was just completely dark. Like Thorfinn was just like normal shading, but like the dad, Thor's was just dark, and you could tell that he died. And it was just like, I love when that stuff, like no words need to be spoken. It's just all there in the art. That was just a full page of art that pretty much spoke 1,000 words. That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love when a mangaka is able to really capture very different faces. And the faces are so well done in this. If I were to say there was anything that was like almost too intense, it would be the eyes. Sometimes the eyes are like so, I don't know, like there's so much detail to the eyes that I'm just like, oh, your eyes are very shiny. But the faces, like you're never confused about who you're looking at. ever.
Oh yeah.
It's so
and
cool.
there's a shit ton of Vikings, like in Askeladd's van.
Uh-huh. Yep. When they took the van over to the mainland. Uh-huh.
I want like a sitcom with Askeladd as like the suburban mom.
Yeah.
Remember that time when
Says
Askeladd
all
rented
those
that van?
Yeah.
That was good.
Those memories. I was just gonna say, like, inside of his band of dudes, there is so many people, and yet they're all pretty distinct. There was a few times where I got confused on, like, some of them had the same kind of hair color. Like, there's just some parts that I was a little confused on, but for the most part, their facial details and features are very distinct, like you were saying. Which is very cool to see somebody be able to do that, considering how many people there are.
Yeah, they're even
in this.
When their head is decapitated, you can still tell whose head it is.
Yeah. I think
Yeah! It's not just like a blurb.
That delay was.
God damn it!
Yeah. Yeah, because the mangaka also just takes advantage of the fact that these guys have been in battle. So, like, you have a lovingly placed scar in a place, and you're always going to remember who that guy is. He's a scar guy. Like,
Scarface.
yeah, he's Scarface.
Scar.
Yeah, like in The Lion King.
That's cool. Yeah. Be prepared.
Yeah.
The gore. Let's talk about the gore really quick. Not really quick. You know,
My favorite moment is when the girl was doing cleanup duty and she was pulling out arrows and he's like, I can't pull it out. Ugh, and there's like an eye on the arrow and she's like, ah!
Literally the very first page of the manga.
That was my favorite.
Oh, it's so good. I love.
Amazing.
So if I'm gonna compare a lot of people when they talk about gore, like for me, if we talk about levels of gore on what we've read on MangaPod, there's Gantz gore and then there's Berserk gore, and I think this is much more Berserk gore, where it's just like so
artful,
beautiful,
so
artful when you're reading it, that like, and it's not boring. Like, even though it's like just heads being cut off, it's done so pretty that you're just like, just want to keep looking at it. It just makes me so happy. Whenever the heads were cut off, I was like, yeah, this looks so good. It makes me really excited.
And there's always a reason too. Like heads are cut off, during battles, and like you'll see one in the background. But like when they dedicate an entire panel to somebody's head being cut off, it's because there was a reason that guy's head needed to be cut off.
There was that panel where that one guy's head of the horse head
got like stabbed with all of the arrows.
No, it got cut off.
Oh,
Dude,
there were multiple
so many
horses.
horses
Lots
dead.
of really sad-looking horses, just being like, "I'm being attacked right now." I was like, "No, horsey."
I like when the horse head flies in manga.
I
feel like
I love when the horse head flies in manga.
If I didn't add in manga, if I didn't say in manga, people would be like, "What the?"
I'm not adding it when I tweet it.
When you say in manga, it's like okay, manga's fine. It's all good. I like it too.
I like it too. Hang on.
Hanging.
Allow me to tweet.
Hanging.
Hanging by a thread.
Hanging by a thread. Take my hand and make it, I swear. I don't know how to change any of the other words.
Wait, was that Bon Jovi?
Whoa, living on a prayer.
Nothing to do with hanging on a thread.
I did.
Hanging on a
because we were Fine. Look, let's move on.
Make it, I swear. Hey, living on a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Whoa.
Shut down for copyright.
What did we say before the podcast? Oh, that Vikings were the first people to YOLO.
Yeah.
They were.
True that.
Vikings were the first Yolers.
Oh, dude, that was like the only time in history class I ever paid attention. I love Vikings so much. That was like when I found out that there was a really good manga about Vikings, my immediate reaction was I need to read it because that's like best part of history, guys. It's talking about Vikings. Vikings messed everybody up. They were like, "Oh, dog, you not watching this shore? Oh, we're already gone." And like everybody would send off troops. They'd be like, "The Vikings are on this shore," and they'd already be gone. And they like could never catch it. It was amazing. I loved it. And now there's a manga about it.
League of Legends.
Well, did you guys notice? Did you notice that they shot it out? That Leif Erikson was in the manga.
Yeah.
You guys notice that? Yeah, I love that.
Really, well, I mean, he's like one of the main characters in the
I know.
flashback.
I just want to make sure you understood. You understood that history that was put in there.
I was being yelled at in chat for calling him Leif. I don't. That's how we pronounce it here in history class. We're told his name is Leif Erikson. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but
I don't know either.
But you're gonna have to be patient with us because we're American. Leif, maybe?
Except for Yoku, who's Russian.
Leif Erikson. Nah, he's American. You're American, Yoku.
You're
somewhere in the middle.
He lives in America, is what I mean.
I live in Central America. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, you need to give us your house address, please, right now.
It's 911.
Uh-oh.
Good luck, whoever calls that. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something.
I'm trying to think if there's.
I don't know. We're coming up on an hour, so do you guys want to give your final thoughts and ratings?
Yeah. Should we give Dazza's first or should we give his last?
Yes, Dazza. Dazza absolutely, unlike us, loathes Viking. He hates it. Oh, Vikings. God. He did not want to read this manga because of Vikings. He was very hesitant about reading it. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Even though you don't like Vikings, it's wonderful. Liked it much, much more than he was expecting to. So he gives it an 8 out of 10.
Yay!
Yeah.
What about you, Yoku?
I didn't think about it. I should have probably thought of it. I was looking up something on Google Images.
I'll go. I am going to give this. I remembered something that I wanted to touch on. As somebody who has read this entire part before, when I was reading it, I kind of said this at the beginning, a very Berserk feel from it. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't just the beginning of Berserk. It was can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Are we good? Okay. It was Golden Age Berserk is the feeling that I got from it, because I didn't like the very beginning of Berserk. I was not, if you guys didn't watch that podcast, I was not a huge fan of the very beginning of Berserk. But Golden Age in Berserk, if you read it, gave me a very similar feel to that, just how the storytelling was laid out and just how fluid the pacing was, and how the characters were developed in such a way with the time, just with the timeline and everything. And so I loved this manga, but rating it, just rating the part that we read, because I couldn't stop reading, that kept going. I'm going to give the part that we read, because also that it has Thors in it, and Thor's death, which is one of my favorite deaths of all time. I'm going to give this part an 8 out of 10 as well, because I do think that's enough for it to go up later on, because it definitely just keeps getting better. But also I think it is, this arc, what we read so far, it is deserving of an 8, because it is the start to one of the best arcs I think I've read in manga. So I think I'll say that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So 8 out.
Yeah. Yoku, did you want to go? Sorry.
Yeah, I can go now. So, now that you mention it, this actually...
Yeah, I'm ready.
This actually is very similar to Berserk, the start of Berserk. Like, even how the flashbacks and stuff are placed. It's kind of similar, because 'Cause it starts off like showing what's going on, and then it goes back and retells this, like tells us what happened, how we got there, and so I like that. I like that, and it was done very well as well. It looked good. It was about Vikings, and I'm very interested to see what's gonna happen. I want to give it an 8, but I don't want to give it an 8.
That's fine.
So I'm gonna give it a 7. Like I do want to give it an 8, but I mean, no, I mean, I'm not asking you guys. I'm just.
It's okay, Yoku. You can give it whatever score you want. We won't be angry.
Listen,
Yoku,
2 out of 10.
we're gonna support you. No, get out, Eminem, get him out, get him out of call.
7 out of 10 for this part, but it's because I feel like if I read, like if it was like another. Did I say 7 out of 10? I said 7 out of 10. What are you talking about?
He said 7 out of 10. Don't worry, Erin.
7 out of 8. What?
I know, that's why I was confused. Listen, I'm just gonna go into my hood.
No, and then I mean, like if I think if we read like one more volume, I probably would have easily gave it an 8 because like it ended at such a point where I just I could have continued, but it's good that I downloaded it and I couldn't continue it because or else I just would have probably read right through it and didn't even realize.
I almost did, yeah.
So definitely it's gonna grow. I have no doubt, especially hearing that like this is kind of like the setup bit. Like if the setup bit is this good, I wonder what like the true like core, the meat. You know, this is just the potatoes. Taters.
This is the potatoes. You've never sounded more southern than right there.
The weird carrots on the side.
Taters.
Yep.
And fried okra.
Yeah. Okay. I will also give this an 8 out of 10. Like I said, it's my favorite manga, and I know that it gets better. So I'm really excited to read more. I don't know how long it's going to be before we can read more, but I will wait with bated breath. And I hate that we stopped where we stopped because there's so many things that are like about to happen and it just kills me inside. But I'm very excited that we got to read it, and I hope that all of you will read it if you found this interesting at all.
Yeah, we'll be back.
We'll definitely be back. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be redoing a schedule. We're going to add more stuff to the schedule.
Dazzle the Viking hater liked it.
Yeah, and and he was very adamant. Like, it wasn't just, I don't think I'll like it. It was, I'm really nervous because I think I'm going to hate it because Vikings. And so it was like, he was very hesitant. So that's something.
And then the Vikings put him in his place.
Yeah.
The Vikings can change anybody's minds.
Well, I have a question for Dodger. Without spoiling anything, what part, like what like section of the manga, like chapter wise, did you realize that this is your favorite manga? Like, what portion? Because like saying something's your favorite, that's easy to say, but do you know? Because that would explain.
I had already like loved reading it so much. Hold on, Nidhogs are going by.
Nidhogs! Vikings! The Vikings are on the Nidhogs!
Apparently people are not getting out of his way because he is honking so much. Oh my god! Get out of here, I'm trying to talk about Vikings!
Living on a prayer.
Oh no, Yoku! Yoko, I was about to answer your question!
Pretty. Oh, he is... No! Hey, at least it wasn't me.
Yoku, come back. Yoku, come back.
Yoku, come back.
You can put it all on me. Yoku, come back.
You're not back.
Yoku, come back.
Can't remember the rest.
Yoku, come back.
We can't finish this question. She can't answer if you're not
here.
You asked
There's no reason to answer it if he's not here.
Yoku.
Oh, but now I've got this cool little... I can go... Ah! Ah! This isn't as exciting for you, Erin, but it's exciting for everybody else, I promise. Ah!
Why? Oh!
Because there's a little barrier there now. So I got to
know.
I can do the Attack on Titan.
Oh wait, am I doing it? I want to be able to do it. Hang on. Tell me, place me.
Oh, for yours?
Yeah.
You have to go down. Oh, up a little? Yeah, that works. Cool, I hope you took all of your screenshots. Yoku, where are you?
I was willing to just keep going.
This is so sad.
Oh, this is so sad. Okay, let's how about let's read what we're gonna be reading next week. We'll give the summary.
Good idea.
And then when he comes back, you can answer the question.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get the summary pulled up.
Do you want
Not
to read
gonna
it,
tell you what it is. Huh?
Do you
have it? I just pulled it up.
Oh, I don't have it. I was just wondering if you wanted to read it or if you wanted me to read it. Oh, you're gonna read it. You got the glasses.
Oh God, but I have a giant ad that just appeared. Okay. I don't know if any of this is spoiling because I've not read this manga. So
just be sure not to say the name of the manga while you're reading it.
In this new action comedy, everything about a young man named Saitama screams average, from his lifeless expression to his bald head to his unimpressive physique. However, this average-looking fellow doesn't have your average problem. He's actually a superhero that's looking for tough opponents. Oh Yoku!
No. Oh, this is gonna look so funny. Oh my God, you are getting so many sides of Erin right now. This is hilarious.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, just keep. You know what? Just keep talking.
Get out of here, you fucking Askeladd ad! What the fuck? No! I have an Askeladd ad that won't go away. Okay. He's actually a superhero that's looking for tough opponents. The problem is, every time he finds a promising candidate, he beats the snot out of them with blank. Can Saitama finally find an evil villain strong enough to challenge him? Follow Saitama through his hilarious romps as he searches for new bad guys to challenge.
Woo!
Woo!
Guess what it is? Also, Erin, you should go look at the stream and see.
I know. Oh my God, I'm everywhere. I am everywhere.
You're everywhere. Oh, Yoku.
I like that.
Yoku, come back. Yoku, come back. Yay!
Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened. It just kicked
I'm so glad you're back.
me out, and then it just wouldn't let me join. It just said that the call was ended. It's not like I tried to call, nobody answered.
We
tried to call and nobody answered.
Erin just read the description for the manga for next week.
They are already guessing.
I don't even know.
Sitting by the window anime reviews. I'm not gonna. He got it, but I'm not gonna say it till somebody else gets it.
Yeah.
Even though he definitely deserves firsties. Come on, come on. You guys should totally, when we're done, you should definitely click the link for what next week we're reading in the description right now. Because did you just spoil? Get out of here, rotten bacon butt.
Huh?
Fine, whatever. Steal all of my fun. Whatever. Answer Yoko's question.
Oh,
yeah, I had a question.
okay, to recap for you guys, Yoku's question was, when did I realize that this is my favorite manga? So I mean, I was already loving it, like I couldn't put it down. And then at the end of this arc, so much stuff happened that I was not expecting at all. And from then on, I was just like, I have never had so much fun reading a manga in my life. And that's how I have felt since.
So we're almost at that moment then.
We're close. It's in the 50s, I think, when that...
Halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
hopefully next time we do an episode on...
We should read more next time, because those
Let's
went
do
by
it
too
till we
fast.
get to that point.
it goes so quick. We should read at least like 35 or 40 chapters.
Yeah.
Probably. We've read 40 chapters before. Stuff.
Yeah, but that's like 8 volumes probably worth of Vinland Saga or something.
We can do it. Really quick, I forgot that I did not say how much of One Punch Man we're reading. We are reading however much is actually out this week. Because, like, it gets updated. Like, there wasn't a ton out when we put this on the list. And so I'm going to go to
It's a quick
place.
read as well.
It's a very quick read, I've heard. No, what the fudge? Hold on. Hold down the floor for
very
me.
Deep and, like, so much dialogue that it becomes a book.
One Punch Man. There are 32 chapters out right now. Oh, wait, no. Whoa, this is set up really weird. Okay,
good.
on manga here, there are 46 chapters out. On manga here. So let's just go ahead and read that because I've heard it's really fast. So should we just shoot for that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Or do you want to read like 30? We could do 46, right?
Yeah.
46.
Let's do them all.
Yeah.
Do it all.
46 of One Punch Man. So let's do it all. So that is how many are out there. So that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna read 46 chapters of One Punch Man next week. So let's go ahead and shout out our stuff really quick, and then we will say later, bees.
Gator.
So I am Erin. Later, bees. I am Erin of HappiLeeErin. My YouTube channel is where you are right now, HappiLeeErin. I do anime reviews, first impressions. The new season just started, so I put up my first impressions. I have more coming out soon. All of the previous MangaPods are hosted here on this channel as well, and I also do mental health awareness stuff. If you would like to find me on any social media, I talk about lots of silly things on like Twitter and Tumblr and not really Facebook, forget I said that. Hummingbird and Instagram. All of my stuff is HappiLeeErin. So I'm HappiLeeErin all over. Come and talk about stupid things with me. If they involve otters or Kuroko no Basuke, I'll probably retweet you.
I am...
What happened?
Nothing. You're just funny.
You're laughing.
Yeah.
You always laugh for no reason.
I always laugh at funny things, and you were funny. You're getting paranoid now. You're just worried that no one can ever hear you.
Aww. I guess. Okay. I am, but I'm glad that you think I'm funny. That makes up for everything. All of my paranoia is worth it if you think I'm funny.
Yay! Okay.
Go ahead.
I am Dodger. I have 2 channels, youtube.com/pressstart to where I do gaming stuff. I just put up a video called Dancing at PAX, where I made a bunch of people at PAX dance with me, and it was super fun.
And it's wonderful.
Oh, thanks! So you should totally go watch that. And I also have another channel called youtube.com/texterityBonus, where I do a daily vlog for about 10 minutes every day and talk about my cats and silly stories from my home and drink coffee. So you can come join me for that as well. On pretty much every social media, I am DexBonus, DEXBONUS, and I like to all caps about TV shows and video games and life. So feel free to come follow me. Yay. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm Yokorama Game Talk.
Woo!
From Yokorama Game Talk, and I don't talk about games. I talk about anime. But I've recently been talking about a lot of spring anime on my other channel called Yokorama News, where I made way too much videos that I should have made in a week. I think I made like 20 pressers or some shit.
So many.
But
it was ridiculous.
There was a lot of good series this spring, and I'm looking forward to a lot of them. There's like so many sports animes.
This is actually the most series I've watched the pilots of in like I can't remember how long, because there were so many that I wanted to check out. There was a lot, yeah.
Ping Pong, the animation is pretty good as well. I like it. And,
I was surprised by how much I liked that one, actually.
They look like shit, but I liked it.
It's a trippy art style, but it works.
Once you
get into it, you're just like, I don't know, like it works really well once you get past it.
The sound of the ping pong balls hitting the table is so addicting.
Mm-hmm.
I just like... I was so happy.
She just like
ping pong sounds. Oh my god!
She almost had a seizure, pretty much. I was like,
basically, I was just like.
Yeah, other places you can find me. Twitter is at Yokorama Talks, and I think everywhere else is Yokorama, like Instagram, Tumblr, Hummingbird, and all that stuff.
Hummingbird.
It's a site where like you post stuff and people rate you.
Huh?
You hum a song, and you post it on the Hummingbird.
Oh. Okay.
And people say you suck, and then you never post again.
No.
You should definitely make this a site.
It's gonna be a real site.
Anyway.
If you would like, to shout out our Dr. Daza, who's not here, if you'd like to follow him on YouTube, his YouTube channel is youtube.com/fightingfornippon. And he is Dr. Daza everywhere else. Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and Hummingbird. If you guys don't feel like going and searching for those, you can go ahead and click in the description down there where all of our stuff is located. If you would like more MangaPod, all of the iTunes has been updated except for like the last 2 episodes, but all of iTunes otherwise has been updated. So you can go and check out like the last like 15 episodes. They're all on there now. Woo! That link is also in the description. And if you would like more MangaPod, you can check out our subreddit, reddit.com/r/MangaPod, where the upcoming schedule for all the MangaPods are listed there, so you can find out what we're reading in the upcoming weeks. And there is also a recommendation thread there for you to recommend what manga you would like us to see. Wow, my voice is just, it's barely hanging. It's barely hanging on. Good. So go ahead and check that out. We also like when you guys post GIFs and interact and stuff on there. It's really cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Once again, next week we'll be reading One Punch Man. 46 chapters that are out. We're going to be reading all of that. We'll be here same time, same place, youtube.com/HappiLeeErin, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining us. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye-bye.